享有东非千秋之国美誉的卢旺达，在过去短短32年时间，完成了国家重建，成为非洲公认的发展典范。今天，我们将走进卢旺达驻华使馆，和卢旺达驻华大使 James Kimonyo 先生一起聊一聊这个充满活力和希望的国家，以及中国和卢旺达跨越半个世纪多的友谊。Good morning, His Excellency. Thank you so much for your time. Your Excellency, as we know that Rwanda has achieved remarkable progress in unity, reconciliation, and development since the genocide. So, what do you think the key pillars of the Rwanda's successful transition to a stable and growing nation?
Always my pleasure to be on Star Times and having this conversation. As you are aware, just a month ago, we commemorated the 32nd anniversary of the genocide against the Tutsi that took place in April 1994 in Rwanda. It was the worst the genocide in the recent history, which not only claimed lives, innocent lives, but also destroyed the country, infrastructure, and so on. Everything was in shambles. Ever since that tragedy befell our country, we have picked pieces and started rebuilding. Obviously, starting with a very important ingredient of our social transformation, which is unity of our people, because you have to understand that the genocide happened precisely because our society was deeply divided because of bad politics. And for us now to be able to move forward, we had to go into a very important process, which is unity and reconciliation. And for this to happen, there must be some concessions that the perpetrators of genocide have to repent, accept the wrongdoing, accept that they committed that crime. But at the same time, the survivors of the genocide have to make a serious sacrifice in terms of accepting to forgive. So forgiveness became very important for us to be able to move forward. And for this to happen, it takes visionary leadership that works for the people, because that's the only choice we had. That for us to be able to move forward, we should transcend the differences and forge the common identity as Rwandans. That is the foundation upon which the progress you see in Rwanda today is built on, and this is thanks to the leadership of our country, headed by His Excellency President Paul Kagame.
So, His Excellency, you know, this year 2026 has been designated as China-African Year of People-to-People and Culture Exchanges. So, how does Rwanda government plan to participate in this initiative?
Yes, we are very excited about it. This is a very important year for China and Africa. I have to say that people-to-people exchange is not a new phenomenon. If you look at Belt and Road Initiative, one of the pillars of that initiative is people-to-people exchange. So China takes this as a very, very important ingredient in international affairs, because the interactions between people in different societies is what brings the ideas on how we can address the common challenges. And in that respect, China has been really supporting a lot of programs that aim at bringing very close, especially the young people from Africa, to come to China, to study in China, short courses, full-time, degree studies, and that allows our young people to interact with the Chinese. That's why now when you look at the young people who study in China, we have almost a critical mass of young people who speak Chinese, who speak Mandarin. And that has increased interaction in other areas, including but not limited to trade.
Sure.
So this year what we are intending to do is to build on that past experience, to bring many younger people to China, to visit different parts of China, different projects, and interact with their peers. Likewise, we will be organizing inward missions of Chinese young people traveling to Rwanda for various activities. And we'll be organizing different events, especially that this year we'll be celebrating 55 years of bilateral relations with China, and we have a series of events that we have organized that will bring together Chinese and Rwandans to interact more. And so we are looking at it from that perspective, but we have the whole list of other activities, including trade missions, which again, as much as that sounds like purely an economic activity, but again it brings together people, and that's what we're intending to achieve.
So, Your Excellency, China and Rwanda has elevated their relations to a strong, comprehensive strategic partnership since 2024 FOCAC summit. So what are the key areas of cooperation, such as infrastructure, education, health, renewable energy, and how do you think this will going to impact the daily lives of Rwandan people?
It is very important to state that Rwanda appreciates the fact that the government of People's Republic of China decided to elevate our relations from strategic partnership to comprehensive strategic partnership, which means a lot in what we've been doing. We have been working with China, as I said, in the last 55 years. The more important, after 94, China came to Rwanda big time. When you go to Rwanda today, and by extension to many African countries, the Chinese footprint is there. In practical terms, you will see hospitals, you see roads, you see hydropower plants, and by elevating our partnership, that means we are going to do more in those areas, whether it is in education. Just to give you an example, China has been supporting the education system by providing scholarships through Confucius Institute and so on.
Yeah.
I want to say something very important here, maybe not only for Rwanda. You see, China-Africa relations is built on mutual respect and mutual trust.
Yeah.
There is not a single project that China has invested in Africa, and Rwanda for that matter, that I can speak for with authority, which is not based on national priority. It is the African countries, it is Rwanda that makes the choice of which project that would want China to come and invest in. China has never come up with a briefcase and say, I want to invest in this. It is always based on national priorities and our choices.
Yeah, and also, Your Excellency, just now you mentioned that this year marks the 55th anniversary of the diplomatic ties between the two nations. And when looking ahead, how do you envision the next phase of China-Rwanda cooperation?
So that's a very important question, because we are now implementing national strategy for transformation. Two, the second, NST2, we call it, which is running from 2025 all the way to 2029, which is medium term plan, but also building on that to achieve Vision 2050. By 2025, we intend to achieve the lower income, middle income countries status by that time, and then higher income by 2050. So for us to do that, we have already come up with a strategy on how we invest in the key drivers of our economy, and the infrastructure, agricultural growth, technology are very critical aspects of the implementation of this vision, Vision 2050. And in that strategy, you see a lot of projects that require financing and technology transfer for us to be able to fast track the implementation of that vision. And China comes in handy in supporting this program. So we have identified projects. We are already engaged with Chinese institutions on how we can work together on various aspects of the implementation of Vision 2050.